game one, we're going to have the Care Bears on the blue side, drones on the orange side, and we are underway. Early pressure coming out from Luna Oso, hits the crossbar, goes straight down, doesn't quite find the inside of the net. Now Badass Walrus looking for a teammate down in the center. Gonna have to retreat and leave it for Luna Oso to come in. Saucy with a good 50 does keep the ball outside, keeping that ball out of harm's way. Now Diablo forced to hit it to the center. Omion up, not going to be able to get a hard shot, but a soft touch does keep pressure. Luna Oso now off the top part of the backboard. Gonna come down, El Diablo Rojo able to send it to the outside. Omion now coming in. Luna Oso having to retreat back in the corner, leaves it for Badass Walrus. Really good leave there. A lot of teammates will just continue to bring that up and over the goal or through the goalie box, but really good play to leave that for the teammate playing face-up defense. Early on in this game, looks like the pressure has been favoring the Care Bears. Really good pressure here so far. Wallaby, what have you noticed so far? And what do you think that the drones need to do in order to get some pressure?
Well, we're going to actually take the first goal coming in for the Care Bears, and Luna Oso. Walrus gets it up. It's on the backboard, but he actually doesn't touch it, which ends up being the right call because it leaves it right there for Luna. But right out the gate, like you said, the pressure is there for the Care Bears, and 4 or 5 remaining in this game. Only a minute gone, but right now, the Care Bears are already sitting at 4 shots to the 0 from the drones. The drones need to be very careful. They are definitely getting a little bit, some awkward touches, I think, on the defensive side that is kind of leaving them, kind of giving away the ball. They're going to need to be looking for some more better counterattack opportunities, maybe control the ball a little bit, Croc.
Well, let's see if they can keep that ball control here. They do have a little bit of pressure coming out. 0 into the center is going to go all the way to the opposite corner, but Rojo, first one there, can't grab that corner boost, so it is still sitting there free to grab. Saucy will get that 100 boost value there. Rojo from a sharp angle is going to put it onto the far post, but Luna Oso coming in gets credited with the epic save. Now 0 looking for Saucy in the middle. That's a shot and a save by Badass Walrus. El Diablo now keeping pressure, puts it back into the left side corner. Luna Oso does find the demo. Will clear out a little bit of pressure. Looks like a dangerous shot from Saucy, but ends up falling wide to the right side of the net. Going to be coming back in now, looking for a teammate in the center. Does carry it, Luna Oso with a good touch to the outside. We've got a lot of pressure now coming out from the drones here after the early goal from the Care Bears. Looked like it was going to be all Care Bears all the time for this match. But the counterattack, oh, Saucy is there. Give him another epic save to add to those save numbers that we saw on the stat screen. Beautiful goal line play from Saucy.
Yeah, you're really seeing the saves and the defensive, like the defensive cohesion coming out of the drones right now. Their goal line defense is very difficult to get goals on, as their rotations on the back post tend to be very strong. Care Bears are definitely flailing a little bit on defense. They need to be careful, but right now their counterattack opportunities are looking really strong. I'm really interested to see if the drones can kind of continue to potentially weather the storm when on these counterattacks coming out of the offensive end.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, weather the storm, they do seem like a team that's just absorbing pressure until they find their moment to break free, which is a strategy that can be used very effectively at this tier of gameplay. You just have to be careful, because if you absorb too much pressure and your rotations start to break down, that style of gameplay is just not going to work. Only one goal down, but now Omion is going to make it 2 goals. Almost a big save by Saucy there. 0 with a pretty decent touch to the outside. Unfortunately, I think if there was a double commit, 2 players from Orange going way to the other side of the corner, and Saucy just can't get back in time. So that's going to be 2-0 for the Care Bears. And, you know, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You absorb all that pressure, then all of a sudden you've got 2 teammates in one corner, one going for the ball and out of the play committed, and no one can get back in time. You have to be careful about absorbing all that pressure, because eventually you might just crack under it.
Yeah, especially at this master tier, everybody's going to be looking for their teammates and being very effective at getting passes. As I'm talking about, this is a very dangerous situation, but the drones are kind of in a situation where one miss. That's unfortunate. 0, I think, maybe ran out of boost there on the back post. That's going to be 3-0 in favor of the Care Bears, and right now, the defensive team in the drones is going to have to be putting some offense down in this last minute and 37 seconds here, Croc.
Yeah, definitely ran out of boost there, left really awkward, and with a minute 37, they've got some work to do, especially in this master tier. Goals do not come easy in the 3v3 league. A lot of defenders on the field that know how to play defense very well. They might not make the best touches on the ball every time they're there, but they usually touch the ball if they go for it. So very hard to score on a master tier player, even as another master tier player. 0's going to come in, see what he can do. Pops off the wall to himself. Luna Oso keeps it into the corner, beats 2 of them now. El Diablo Rojo's not going to be beat this time. Badass Walrus sends it out. Saucy might be coming in to challenge Omian, decides to turn away and give him the free touch. Does make it awkward. And now a little bit of a double commit. Good thing. Zero gets a good touch. Bangs it all the way down. No possession here for Drones. And you really need to work on getting that possession as you talked about. Good touch outside by Saucy coming in late. Now Rojo has an open net. Ends up going for a little bit of a pop flick. Yeah, there was an opportunity there from Saucy, but I feel like, you know, Rojo had an open net, should have dribbled it in and caught it. Zero there with an opportunity as well. Badass Walrus with great goal line defense. Luna also comes to the right side wall. And 30 seconds left. It is looking like the Drones are not going to be able to do it this time. Wallaby, I'm sure you're happy with your franchise's performance in game one so far.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. 22 seconds. 2 goals. We've seen crazier things. But yeah, the Care Bears have definitely been performing really well here. They've had really good offensive pressure pretty much the entire game. You can definitely, even though they're actually not winning in the shot total, I definitely feel like they've had more control over the offensive side of the ball. But right now, the Drones have an opportunity in that kickoff goal with 20 seconds remaining is exactly what they needed to stay in this game. And Croc, this is not over yet.
This has just gone from a domination game to very close in the span of 4 seconds. We've got 20 seconds left. Care Bears up by 1. Can they hold on to the lead? On the kickoff, Diablo, Rojo, and Omian come together. Kickoff will favor the Care Bears, but they just bang it away. No possession, so Zero has an opportunity here. Pass down to Saucy. Good 50 by Luna Oso. Badass Walrus clears it away. Let's see if there's going to be another opportunity for the Drones. Clock winding down. We're at 5 seconds now. Into dangerous territory. Luna also puts a shot on net. Saucy forced to make a save. Badass Walrus up. Can't quite get it on net. Finds the crossbar, but it doesn't matter. Care Bears take game 1, 3-2. And, man, it got close there for a second, Wallaby.
Yeah, definitely got close. They ended up weathering the storm and managed to take away their 3-2 victory. And but as it stands, honestly, great comeback, I think, from the Drones. They got that kickoff opportunity, a little bit fortunate in that regard. I think that the back half of the game, you know, or maybe not the back half, but probably that last minute looked a lot more solid. I think if they want to come back in game 2 and have a good opportunity to take this game, they're going to have to play like they did in that last minute. And my goodness, Saucy, though, for the Drones, absolutely played out of his mind. 619 points in a master game. Oh, my goodness.
7 shots, and just look at all the saves that came out from the Care Bears, and a lot of those were not easy saves either.
No. Yeah, I mean, great play by the Drones here, honestly. It looked like they were definitely kind of getting handled a little bit in the beginnings of the game, but they did bounce back. And going into this game, too, I would have to say that they have a little bit of momentum going into this game.
Yeah, they definitely have the momentum. Currently at 2 unanswered. Saucy with 7 shots, 3 saves added to that total. Now at a total of 30 on the season, which is pretty solid considering we're only on our 4th match day. But we've got a match on our hands here, I think, especially for the second game. This one could be the Drones' chance to come out and really dominate the Care Bears early on. Going to see if they can put out that early pressure. But we do have to admit, you know, one of the goals that they scored was a kickoff goal. They did have good pressure throughout the game.
Right.
But one of the goals that they scored was a kickoff goal. Kind of just, you know, bouncing around. Who knows? So it kind of leaves it up to the imagination of whether that goal was earned or deserved.
Kickoff goals are goals, Croc.
That is true. That is true. We are underway for game 2. Saucy's going to start the game off with possession up in the air. Plenty of boost. Lunoso is going to be able to challenge well. Not a lot of boost left over to do something. Does try to challenge off the wall. Badass Walrus trying to send it down, but Diablo Rojo there to cut it out. Now Diablo Rojo looking for a teammate in the center off the back wall. Not going to find one. Saucy just has to challenge and keep it to the outside for pressure. Good play from Zero there to still get a touch on that ball after getting bumped midair. Now Diablo Rojo with an opportunity, pops it up high towards the far post. Good save by Lunoso. Saucy now off the back wall looking for a teammate in the center. Double commit. Now the net is open. Lunoso racing down the field. Can he get it on the target? And it's going to be wide right off the post. And Saucy comes in off the back wall for the save. The Drones take a sigh of relief here. Wallaby, I'm sure you really wanted the Care Bears to score there, but wow, good rush defense after the miss on the post.
Yeah, honestly, the Drones definitely earned. Oh, and Omian with an unfortunate mistake there. Tried to get that flip over to get that second touch, maybe to get it over into the corner, as the Care Bears definitely found themselves a little bit Actually, not really a mistake. I don't know if he's really going to get to that, but definitely a rotational error there from the third backs. But, I mean, in that situation, if you're Luna, you're going to want that shot back for sure. I think in Master 2, you're definitely going to be wanting to put those open nets in. And at the same time, though, the drones, their defense when they're defending these counterattacks has been so clean. The Care Bears have very strong counter opportunities that are just constantly turned away, as a great shot was turned away there by Luna. It's going to be up to them to hopefully try to keep, you know, staving off these counters, though.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that their third man does like to get involved in the attacking play. It does leave you a little vulnerable to the counterattacks, but they've defended them well for the most part. Did give up 3 unanswered goals early in game 1, but now up 1-0 game 2, maybe 2-0 here. Badass Walrus with a good save, but now the scoreline does hold 1-0 with a little over 3 minutes left to play. Badass Walrus going to try and get it out of the zone here, but Saucy's going to keep it in. Good pressure. Omian now, second one to challenge. A little bit of control displayed here by Badass Walrus. Plenty of boost to do something crazy. Maybe the flip reset. No, just opts for the touch, and a good save by Saucy. Give him another one on the night. This man is a brick wall in the net. You know, so now a pass to Badass Walrus up. Oh, it was kind of stolen from Omian. You have got to calm that one. Omian coming in from the 3-man spot absolutely robs Badass Walrus of the open net. But Luna now has an opportunity, and, you know, thankfully the Care Bears are not going to have to be at each other's throats for that one, as Luna does get the makeup goal here.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Need to be very careful on those comms, because that definitely was a very dangerous double commit that could have easily turned into a goal from the other side. But something I want to say, we can really see why Saucy is, I'm pretty certain he's the save leader for Master, and I can see why. This man saves everything, as a great pass off of the backboard by Omian leads to Walrus getting up with good speed. I definitely, oh my, was that a ceiling pinch?
It was a double tap off the ceiling into the backboard for the pass. Beautiful setup there. Beautiful read by the shooter. That's going to be Badass Walrus taking that one, I believe. Yeah, Badass Walrus taking that goal there. And now on the board, close to Luna in points. Fighting for that MVP for this game right now, if the scoreline holds, of course. 2-1, 2:20 left to play. Good shot by Zero. Greater save by Badass Walrus. Down into the orange corner. And a redirect from Saucy. Oh, it's nutty. And the own goal comes in from Diablo Rojo. I do truly believe that Saucy would be able to save this if Diablo doesn't hit it. Let's see.
I don't think any of them hit. Oh, yeah. I don't know. That was a chance.
That was rolling to the outwards, and I think that Saucy was going to be the next one to the ball. So really, just kind of a panicky defensive play there from Diablo Rojo, but, you know, you can't blame it all on him. The attack came out before that, and there was really no need for that sort of unchallenged attack to get that close to the net that early on after a kickoff. But, you know, what else do you think the drones need to do? Do you think they need to stop playing this heavy, aggressive style and just rotate more? Or what do you think that they need to do?
Honestly, they need to start. I think what's happening is they're getting kind of brought into, like, they're getting kind of corralled into their net, and it's giving the Care Bears free reign on their their corner boosts, as well as allowing the Care Bears to have a lot of really good passing opportunities that are getting more and more difficult to save. And as they're coming out, they're kind of leaving themselves a little bit vulnerable in that third back, and they need to kind of shore up that offense as Luna comes in. A great 50 by Ohm there on the Saucy. Saucy did what he can. He had to touch the ball. But at the end of the day, you know, the drones right now are getting left. They either have all 3 players in net or they only have 1 player in net, right? Yeah. And they need to make sure that they're getting somebody out to intercept the passes, whether that's the third or the second, it doesn't matter. They need to just make sure that they have somebody out intercepting those passes. And, oh, that's unfortunate.
Truly unfortunate there. Off the kickoff, Saucy just doesn't get a great touch. Luna is there to read it before Zero can get up. But one thing I did want to mention on that last goal, you know, poor Badass Walrus there did all of the work during that play with no credit. Beats 3 challengers with the ball on his hood. 1 in his own half, 1 in the corner, 1 on the sidewall, and gets the ball into a spot for Omian to be able to get that pass for Luna. So really good play from Badass Walrus there. Just doesn't quite get the recognition he deserves on the scoreboard for it.
You gave him the recognition.
Yeah, I did. You know, it's on stream, so it's on the record.
It matters now, right?
Yeah. Maybe Power Rankings committee will look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes on the SPV, right? Stream mentions.
Omion here has another chance, gets the ball out center. Badass Walrus not able to get it down, just touches it up off the back wall for some pressure. Now Luna on net, Zero pops it up. Really good save, underrated touch there. Diablo coming in from the center field, does hit the ball away from the net. Now just kind of bouncing around in no man's land. Zero, patient, gets it out to the side. Double commit here from Saucy and Zero. And that's one thing I also wanted to mention. The second man on this team is not patient usually at all. And I'm talking about the drones, of course. Second man always going into the play very, very early, and it just doesn't seem to be working for them. I do think that the second man needs to be a little bit more patient when coming out of net and when going in on the attack. Doesn't look like Care Bears are going to get a 6 here, but they are going to take game 2 as the ball hits the ground and the clock hits 0. Care Bears up 2-0 in the series, and now it's possible that they could get the sweep. Just need 2 more to do it, and they did win game 2 very handedly. And game 1, you know, you could say that they were doing really well. They were dominating, then kind of threw the game towards the end. Did squeak on, or did hold on to squeak out the win there. Badass Walrus taking the MVP, so I guess stream recognition does matter. Does take MVP of this game, and I would have to agree with the Rocket League gods there. Definitely out of his mind. Saucy with 5 more saves this game to add to his save total, and that's just, gosh, what an absolute brick wall in the net.
Yeah, and it's tough, right? Because I feel like currently what's going on is he's getting left alone a lot, and the touches that are coming out are not optimal, and it's not really Saucy's fault, right? Like, I definitely think that they're getting outsped right now. I think that the Care Bears are just kind of firing on all cylinders when it comes to passing plays. Once that pressure is getting established, the drones just can't get it out. There's always a bear there for the 50s. There's always somebody there getting ready. And I agree, Walrus definitely took MVP for this game. But at the same time, all 3 of these players are kind of, you know, moving in sync right now. And the drones are going to need to look to get something else happening here if they're going to want to have a chance in this game 3, Croc.
Well, you mentioned game 3. Let's get right into it. Already underway. Zero and Badass on the kickoff come together. Does go in favor of the Care Bears here. A little bit of early pressure. Omion keeps it in the corner for some extra pressure added. Saucy trying to get it out. A little bit of a rough touch on the challenge. Zero's up early in a panic. Now the ball is floating in no man's land. Diablo able to clear it out to the outside. Saucy's not going to get a good read on it, but does the patience does pay off there as Luna's touch not great. Able to clear it back down into the blue side corner. Looks like it's not going to stay there for long after a rough touch from Diablo. Rojo is going to let Badass Walrus keep pressure into the orange side. Zero challenged early by Luna Oso. It is now in the blue corner, and off the demo, there's going to be a 3-second break for one of the Care Bears. Could have been an opportunity for the drones to create some pressure, but now it is already back in their half, and they're just struggling to keep offensive pressure early on in this game. Ball's been in the blue half quite a bit, but not for very long. Need to be able to get those offensive rotations in check, add some pressure. Omion going back, not going to be there fast enough. El Diablo Rojo finds his way onto the leaderboard with a goal. Saucy credited with the assist. Just, you know, not much to say about that. Omion's just not getting back to that one without boosting time.
Yeah, and I think a little bit aggressive, especially considering that Omion was sitting with no boost. Definitely a little bit too aggressive down in the third, man. I know that game 2 was a 5-1, and they probably felt really good, but you need to kind of mentally reset your rotations. Make sure that you're not sending people up too aggressively, because while the drones definitely struggled in game 2, they have shown that they're not a bad team. They have very solid touches, and you have to be ready for that. But right there, that's tough. Both 2 drones in the exact same place. Zero, Saucy, not, and something that I know you harp on all the time, Croc, back post rotations. Right
you
there.
are in a committed relationship with the back post when you're playing RSC match day.
Gotta be. Yeah, and honestly, that's kind of what came back to bite them. Saucy kind of didn't trust his teammate there to make that save, and that's where the goal came from.
Yeah, definitely got to finish those rotations. But another thing I like to point out, good patience on the second man from the Care Bears there. Badass Walrus really just taking his time, sitting, not rushing. waiting for all the cars to be up for the ball, waiting for all the weird bounces, and then taking the shot. Not going in too early and wasting the attacking opportunity. Really good patience play there. Now Omion with another opportunity, passes it center. Luna Oso not going to be able to redirect it on net. Good clear route by the drones here. Saucy now with a shot on net. Omion's not going to be able to save it, just helps it in. Saucy's on the board with a goal here. Already has the cycle, I believe. No save yet for Saucy. Kind of weird to think about 2 minutes into the game and Saucy doesn't have a save already. But already looking for the cycle here is Saucy. El Diablo Rojo also close to a cycle. Just needs a save as well. So 2 players on the drones looking for it. They are up 2-1 early on in this game. Still plenty of Rocket League left here in game 3. 2:55 left to play. And now Omion taking it down to the orange side of the field. Saucy with a good pass down to Diablo Rojo. Now it looks like he is looking for a bump. Doesn't get the bump, but does fake out Luna, it looks like a little bit. Now gets the boost, turns for the shot, and that's going to be on net right over Omion's head. 3-1 for the drones. And we could see the destruction of the sweep opportunity here for the Care Bears if they don't step it up and get a couple goals here soon.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunate 50s there by Walrus on both goals that ended up happening. And right now, I am as much as I want my Bears to win. You know, the drones are definitely making this a solid match here, which is good to see. They definitely changed up their play. They're a lot more aggressive on those 50s. We really didn't see the drones win that many 50s in game 1 or game 2. So definitely a good change of pace there here for them. And we'll see how the Care Bears answer. They still have about half the game remaining. Plenty of time to get those 2 goals. And, I mean, but the drones, they're already back on offense, looking to get some pressure down. We'll see if they manage to keep the lead in this game 3 here, Croc.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see from the Care Bears, just from what we've seen in game 1 and game 2, is not that, honestly. I did not expect them to just let that go across the net for free. Someone's got to be... Oh, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Luna did go for it. I thought Omion was the first defender and someone was behind him coming in. But, you know, maybe play on the backboard there. It's really, really hard to play that there, honestly, once the first guy misses. I think everyone challenged at the right times. You know, just challenge better, Forehead. Saucy gets himself another goal here. Care Bears really do need to speed up their play. I think they got a little complacent after that big game 2 win, and they're sitting still more, right? And sitting still is okay to do sometimes, but I think they're doing it a little too much. They don't have momentum to challenge the ball quickly. They seem to be sitting still with low boost a couple of times. Oh, good opportunity from Badass Walrus.
Double, though.
Yeah. Double commit could be bad. Badass Walrus is going to be able to shadow it back to the outside. Saucy not going to challenge. Opts to let him play the ball out. Omion with the shot opportunity. Opts to just put it into the corner for some pressure. Badass Walrus up, touches it to the center. Luna in, not going to be able to make the touch. El Diablo Rojo up the right side wall into the center. 4-0-0 up with the opportunity off the back wall. No one is there for the shot. And Luna will dribble it out. Good early challenge by Saucy. Too much momentum to get that one. Oh, and Zero finds the top corner and out. El Diablo Rojo is there to finish it up. And that is all. That is just about all she wrote, folks. 5-1 here for the drones. The fat lady hasn't sang yet, but she's definitely warming up. The drones have come back with force in game 3. 56 seconds left to play.
Yeah, and honestly, something I've really seen from the drones play here in this game 3 is the physical play that they've brought out. It's definitely been throwing the Care Bears here for a loop. They're losing their third back rotations, and they were being a little bit dangerous with those rotations. As a great touch comes out from Saucy off the ceiling. That was a great shot, and caught, I think, who was in the net there? Walrus creeping up to near post a little bit, but there's not a whole lot Walrus can do in that situation. And right now in game 3, we have a Brazil threat after what was a dominant game 2 for the Care Bears, which is really surprising, I think, Brock.
Definitely surprising, and as to the defensive mistakes there on that goal, I think I'd have to put most of the blame there on Luna Oso. Little impatient there as the second man comes out too early, ends up double committing with Omion in the corner, which does leave Walrus in a bad spot. Does he cheat up a little bit? Yes, but he wouldn't have necessarily had to if there was a second man in net to challenge that ball when it popped out to where it was. But the drones here definitely putting on a solid performance. Brazil opportunity still in the works. 12 seconds left for them to make it happen. So just trying to stem the bleeding a little bit, puts a soft shot on net. Saucy does get a save there, and that is going to be the cycle for Saucy coming out for this game. You know, only one save for Saucy. Is that
Last
a
second
is
too.
that a testament to Saucy's aggressive play this game, or is it more of a testament to the fact that the Care Bears only had 6 shots on goal?
I mean,
You know, you
definitely, I
tell
think the
me.
shots. I mean, I definitely think it's the shots. But something I want to kind of really mention here, and I think ended up being a huge factor for the drones, is El Diablo Rojo had struggled in game one and game two greatly. He had been the bottom of the leaderboard for both of those games. In this game, came out and then takes the MVP and in a huge way. And I think that step up by El Diablo is what really the drones needed. The drones pretty much only had Saucy for a huge chunk of the game. Zero was trying his best to kind of be that second, but realistically, Saucy was the only one that was really performing. And El Diablo Rojo, as soon as they came out and performed in this game, this is exactly what you got. So really good, I think really good performance by them to be able to kind of get this step up going. And the Care Bears now, you know, we were talking about how the drones needed to do something very different if they wanted to take game three. We have the same situation for the Care Bears headed into game four if they want to take this 3-1. Otherwise, it's right now the drones are headed momentum wise into a pretty convincing 2-2.
You know what they say about momentum though, it is a swing. So let's see if the Care Bears can do something early on here in game 4 to get it to swing their way. 5 minutes on the clock, 6 players on the field, and we are underway for game number 4. Luna Oso demoed early there by Saucy could lead to an opportunity, but it is going to stay in the orange half for now. Big booming clear by El Diablo Rojo. Luna opts to keep possession. Good flick past to Badass Walrus, but a great interception by Saucy. Omian down in the corner, not going to get the ball by Zero. Luna Oso off the back wall. Someone could be coming in for a shot. Badass Walrus can't get it on net. Really good pass, really good shot attempt, but unfortunately just not able to get it on net. Great pass here again from Omian. El Diablo Rojo reads it the whole way and now has the ball with an opportunity to pass it out. Badass Walrus is going to take it the other way off of his own backboard. Great air dribble attempt there. Now Luna just tries right by the ball in the corner. You know, that's something you see a lot of in most tiers, not really in master tiers, so that's why we laugh. It was a little funny to see it. That is in.
Oh my.
Holy.
What? What happened here?
I believe it was a little bit of a pinch. Yeah, a redirect.
Luna.
Redirect, yeah. Really unfortunate there. Not much you can do about it. But now we got an early lead here from the drones, and that's really not going to help the Care Bears in terms of momentum swing.
Yeah, definitely. But I do think that right now they're coming out. Oh, that's Omian. And those open nets, you got to put those in. But right now, I do think the Care Bears have solid pressure here. You're just going to have to kind of shake it off. Luna has been, I think, struggling a little bit to get these touches on. Needs to calm down a little bit, kind of recenter himself, and kind of look to just be consistent with the touches as he had been in game 1 and game 2. Very solid touches across the board really for him. But right now there's a counterattack opportunity here, and I mean the Care Bears, it's looking dicey. Like, even though they have the pressure, so far nothing really has come out that's been crazy solid play wise. Like, the shots just aren't quite there.
You know what it kind of looks like to me? Have you ever just had a really good string of Rocket League games, and then you're like, all right, you know what, I need to go eat dinner or something like that. You come back 15, 20 minutes later, and it's just like you forgot how to play the game. It doesn't look quite that bad for the Care Bears here, but it just seems like they lost a piece of chemistry somewhere along the way during this matchup. Really apparent in that game 3, and still pretty apparent here in game 4. A lot of solo plays coming out, a lot of, hey, I'll just bang it off the backboard and hope a teammate's there. Exhibit A right there, the pinch, you know, trying to just get it out to the center. I've seen a couple of passes where it seems like they're actually looking for their teammates, but definitely need to be a little bit more precise in their touches right now. Demo coming out does leave the opportunity to open for Luna. Oh my gosh, what a close one there, but sent back to the blue corner. Now Omian forced to retreat back.
Fortunate boost.
A couple of delayed touches here. Yeah, right. Yeah, he would not be doing this without the boost. Badass Walrus off the sidewall. Omian comes in to follow it up, and now into the corner tries to 50 Saucy. Saucy beats him on that one, and a good 50 against Badass Walrus. Into the corner, Luna collects, and not going to be able to get the boost, so in an awkward spot. Great pass, great shot from Saucy. Unfortunately, not able to get past the defenders there on Care Bears. 2 minutes left to play. Drones have a 1-goal lead. Can they hold on to it, or will the Care Bears come back to get the 3-1? Saucy up on the left side wall, looking for a pass, it looks like. does end up going for the shot. All three members from Care Bears kind of dive at it. That's really unfortunate, but Badass Walrus does
open.
keep control. Net is open, but again, the ball rolls wide right. You know, just not able to put the long-range balls on the open nets right now, and that's just really unfortunate in this tier.
Yeah, it definitely, and it's kind of come back to haunt them a little bit. Definitely some open net misses that really should have been put in. In this game, there's already been at least, I think, 2. So the drones are putting on some threatening pressure here, and the Care Bears trying to get it back over to the other side. They got a minute and 15 to score here. Otherwise, it's going to be a 2-2. They're trying their best to put it into overtime and take the series win instead of just tying it up. And the drones, though, they do look like they're being pressured. And as I say that, Omeon gets up into the corner. A great pass down to Walrus. Diablo Rojo with the miss. I mean, what a great read, though. How do you read? This is why the master, and I'm not. Croc.
Yeah, honestly, I was more impressed with the defensive read there. Knew the shot was coming in, gets behind the ball. Just unfortunately can't get enough behind the ball, right? And then the great shot coming in from Badass Walrus. And now another one coming in from Badass Walrus, and they take the lead. Less than 1 minute remaining in game 4, and Badass Walrus puts a second one behind the net and behind the defenders. Can the drones get another goal here in this last 54 seconds?
A huge answer by the Care Bears, and right now the drones find themselves on a very unexpected back foot. I think the physical play that's coming out from the Care Bears is making a huge difference here, and they are definitely trying to pour it on in this situation, but the drones taking it right off kickoff, trying to get this pressure down and get this tie game back. 40 seconds remaining, and the drones find themselves there. Oh, great save, but another one.
There it is, the hat trick. Ladies and gentlemen, rip them off, throw them on the field. Badass Walrus has secured the hat trick here with 2 goals in the last minute of play to give the Care Bears a 3-1 lead, and it is looking like the Care Bears are going to take game 4 and the 3-1 series.
Man, and what an answer by the Care Bears, being down by 1 goal with a minute left in the game pretty much, and immediately 3 goals in quick succession. But the drones, they're coming back, they're getting physical play, and they're trying to answer here, Croc.
Yeah, and it is not over yet. We've seen how close the game can get this late in the game, especially when you have players this good on the field. Good pass from Saucy, zeros up, double commit. Could be an opportunity for Diablo Rojo. Unfortunately sent away by Lunoso. And now Saucy's in, gonna have to try and get the ball into the center. Both players miss. One leaves it, one misses, to be completely frank. Saucy now trying to put it down. Diablo Rojo waiting for this opportunity to shoot, and the clock has hit 0. It is impossible. Care Bears take the 3-1 series lead. Clock has hit 0. Ball has not hit the ground. Let's see if these players can pad their stats a little bit more before the game ends here. A couple more centered balls. Look, there's an extra 10 points for Saucy on the center ball there. GG's to both teams. Care Bears take the series 3-1. Wallaby is one happy caster right now, as his Care Bears do take, you know, quote unquote, the series win.